Okay, skin cancer, it is one of the most common forms of cancer in the country, and early detection for melanoma can largely be treatable. And the Mole-mobile, it is taking a tour around the GTA to provide free skin cancer screenings and has made a special pit stop for me, Bill Coulter. So we are going to head inside. This is the Mole-mobile right here, and it's going to be touring around the city to give you an opportunity, because there are so many people even having trouble finding a GP, much less a dermatologist, to get any sort of mold or something you're curious about getting checked out. This is your opportunity. And I'm going to introduce you to Dr. Julia Carroll, who's the national chair of Mole-mobile. Oh, and Courtney Heels here with us. So good to meet you, and I love what you're doing here. This was launched in Ontario in just a couple of years ago, 2023. Tell me a bit about what happens here and really the purpose of having this initiative.
So it's a really innovative program. So we have 2 mobiles that are in BC and Alberta and Ontario and Quebec, and we move around to underserviced areas. And at any point in time, you'll have 1 to 2 dermatologists on board. Patients can sign up at molemobile.ca just to let us know they're coming. It's not an appointment, but it will let us know, how to plan for the day. And then we can do anything from a single spot check to a full body check.
Wow, it's really thorough. There's a few things that for me, always having kind of sensitive skin, it was always something of great concern. And so I'd always kind of check myself, what are your sort of recommendations for people who are perhaps going, oh, yeah, maybe this is something I should really consider?
Our stats show that it's actually patients or their family members that pick up melanomas. So what we recommend is that you do a check once a month. So you can do it on the full moon if you actually want to go to our website, which is melanomacanada.ca. You can sign up for a reminder. It will remind you once a month to check your body, and you get to know your moles, and you'll notice when things change, and then it's up to us to decide whether to be worried or not.
And I think we're on the same page with this. Sunscreen, full spectrum, sunscreen.
Broad spectrum, SPF 50 every day.
Even in April, even when it's -3 outside, the
even
UV index.
Raining.
Even when it's raining, even when it's snowing, but it's the UV index is 8 or very high risk today, but you wouldn't think it because it feels like -8. Courtney Heels, we don't want to leave you out of the equation. So you're here. Do you have something in particular you would like the doctor to have?
Well, I was saying when I was younger, and I'm not proud of this, but I'll admit it, I was in the tanning beds a lot. I know we've learned a lot
Smoking
from that.
For your
but
skin.
As a result, I always do the checks with my doctor, with my dermatologist, and I have a lot of moles on my back. I'm going to show you, and hopefully you can have a quick look and tell me, what you're looking for, especially when it comes to any concerns for people.
For sure. So, okay. Well, thank you for volunteering your back for us.
I think it's important. For sure.
And as you do it, talk about what sort of things you should be looking for.
So when we're looking, you're looking for what's called the ABCDs. So asymmetry, this one's a little bit asymmetrical. Not to worry, I don't think it's anything. You're looking for the border. This is very well circumscribed. You can tell where it stops and starts, so that one is fine.
Okay, that's
You're looking for the color. Are there multiple colors? Is it darker? And then diameter. Ideally, you want it to be less than the, and like a pencil eraser is a good marker. And then E is for evolution, so anything that's changing. But one of the other things we talk about is the ugly duckling. So we want to look, and you can look and see that all these moles look very similar to each other. None of them are jumping out. So if she had a whole bunch of small ones and then one of these big ones, that would concern me. But this is how she makes moles. They're little small ones. So that's what
What's
the patient
this tool
can
you have here?
So then the patient can take a look, and then as a dermatologist, I have something called a dermatoscope, and then I can take a look. And this magnifies it for me. It allows me to see the color and the network, and it polarizes it so I can see a little bit under the surface of the skin. And I have to say that all those look fine to me.
Yay! High five! It is reassurance. So you find out, and if you have something that you want to get checked out, really, really important, the Mole-mobile will be...
It's going to be at Volvo Toronto at the Distillery District. So we're going to be there Thursday, and we're going to be there Friday. And we'd love for everyone to come out and, kick off the initiative with a good crowd.
Perfect. And you can find out more information at molemobile.ca. We're going to have much more on this. We're going to take a look at one of my moles as well coming up. Nick, I'm going to send it back inside to you.
His wife was a doctor, and we were like...